We now return to Let's Play Cities Skylines. And my recording decided to crash again, so you haven't missed much. I just leveled out a little bit of an area, laid out an initial road for the gas company and the oil fields that we are about to put on the middle of this here. That is not the right place at all. Here we go. Let's see. So I've got the maintenance and the workers' barracks down. We now have an option of some oil fields and drilling rigs, which are questionable in how different they actually are. This uses less water and electricity, producing more, but it also produces a lot more pollution. I figure we'll probably just go with a little bit of one of each. Let's see, I see. It's going to be a little bit awkward in how these things snap together, but we'll go ahead and put down a couple pumps. These take 30 workers apiece. We are probably going to have more than enough. And we can start. And since we're at it here, let's go ahead and also put in a petrochemical plant. Alright, that's reasonably large. See, now the thing about these production buildings is, I don't know that they need to be within this area here. This is rather extractive. And, you know what? I'm going to have this separated from the water. I'm going to put it over here, and we are going to put one of these Enviro dumped pumps. Maybe not. The game isn't going to cooperate. Let me put one down. There. We'll actually connect you to here then, I guess. Get rid of that. And you know what? Why don't we actually just put this thing out here? And this is probably way more than it needs to be. In fact, I know it's going to be way more than it needs to be. So let's just do this. Bam. And I mean, realistically, this whole thing could just connect up out here, but you know. Really. Are you happy now? Are we not pumping water? What the shit's going on here? Why is this not giving me water? Because I'm paused. That'd be why. There we go. Now we just started dumping out all that wonderful wastewater right down the hillside. I'm sure nothing bad is going to come of that. Okay, so this is going to consume a massive amount of people, which is probably not ideal. But we need this. We need the plastic, so I mean, I could put this here. Could put it on the other side of the road, as I'm sure being out here still works. Let's go ahead and put it there, and hopefully all that oil will start getting out here. Now the thing is, I mean, none of these is really large enough. I guess these could go on the inner track. In fact, that whole thing could go on the inner track. I've got enough in here that we don't need to be out there. Even though that is actually a large chunk of the oil that I am missing entirely. And given how big this is, I actually really could just not be here at all. I could shrink this down even further. Is that little spot open? Barely. But barely enough that I could just put one in here. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to go up the cliff. It looks like it flattened the cliff. Alright. I find that acceptable. So we'll put some extractors in there. Looks like we might actually have enough. I mean, I say that, but we better bear in mind here just how many people are actually, in fact, being taken. And they're just straight up taking oil out instead of using it. So of course we are. Because the game does not work the way you'd think it would. What about a storage tank here? I'm always cautious about the storage tanks. Because, oh, we could put the storage tanks in the middle. Won't do that. Well, no, we'll just kind of put one out here, see what that does to the land. Just because all this does is it fills up stuff. It doesn't actually use it. We just sell it straight from the tanks. Storage cavern. A fenced field with a pumping station and other equipment used to pump raw oil to large underground storage caverns. Storage building must be placed outside of an industry area. How the hell does that make sense? And then, of course, we've got this big fenced-off area here. We'll just go ahead and, for the sake of it, put a fence on the outside. What did that just say? I feel there's enough nature in a nature reserve without recycling. It's overdoing it. Recycle garbage. So are you for recycling or against recycling? Speaking of nature reserve. Always got to keep one eye on that water level. And for now, we'll just kind of do this, because I'm not sure if I'm ever going to have to plow that down. As you can see, I have eaten into the hill to try and flatten this. Yeah, you know, we're never going to build out here. This will be more than sufficient for an industry, especially if I ever want to add more industry. So yeah, we're not gonna worry too much about that. So we'll grab this. Nope. Grab this. It's a little tight. Maybe I'd like to change that. And by me, oh boy, I would have actually been fine with where that other one was. Okay, that's a little better, except for this. But we can fix this in other ways. Or maybe not. Why you gotta be like this? What are you doing? Just a straight shot fence. We're not producing enough of that, you say. At least not enough to be in reserves. We do have a fair amount of workers. I'm actually surprised we still see this. Why are you even parked here? What the... I'd like maybe this road to come out and loop into something. And it could just be as simple as looping it in the back here. What exactly does the workers' barracks just increases the efficiency? So if I were to add another workers' barracks here, that eats up how many people? Get out of here. 40 workers? Okay. Alternatively, what is this? Oil industry storage. You know what? Let's do this. And then we'll come in here with you. To say that there, and say to that there. Alright. And now we can just fence that off. Curve to follow the road. Hey. Ah, what the shit? Come on. Okay, well, I guess we gotta go much further to get any kind of bend. Why isn't it? How about straight? Unfortunately, just have to leave it like that, as I have no actual fence gate entryway that I can use. That is awful. And that demand is absolutely dropped. So now we have no more reason for industry. This should be set to empty. I mean, these stupid tanks, this is all a big mistake. Ah yes, and we're going to need a garbage facility out here. So let's grab you. Could you maybe... Honestly, I should just flatten the entire damn map. That's the only way I'm ever going to avoid all this crap. Where are you? Garbage truck. And we need water. Well, look at this. You enough? You're not enough. You're not. Oh, you are enough. Good. So I don't think this is going to be necessary, though it could be if we are to extend our water that way. For now, though, this will be fine. Okay. So industry demand still surprisingly up. Well, okay, let's make more oil then. Rather, extract more oil. As we do not, in fact, make it. We need to extract it, though. That. We are finally producing plastic. Good. Now that we're producing plastic, let's come in and who needs it? You do, but you also need petroleum. Ah, you need plastic. On you go. And that should eat up all demand whatsoever. So then we're going to need a petroleum producer to get that going. We are out of wood. Okay, that was another thing I was thinking about. Maybe flattening this a little bit and putting some more tree buildings up along the edge here. Well, let's go ahead and just do it. Let's see, what do we got here? We got conifer trees, alder, and beech trees, you say. Beech, a little bit of alder, and then of course the greenhouses. Let's go to the logging industry. Now, there's no logging there though. So does just putting these down produce the trees that produce logging? I need to extend this, whatever the case. That is not the right thing. And how's the water situation? Let's make sure we got that ahead of time because, you know, it will otherwise be an issue. Okay. So let's maybe not maybe that one. How about one of these? Slope is too steep. So that's big no. That's a we're screwed here. We can't do much more with that. What about there? Nope. Okay, well, crap. I guess now we can shrink this down. Back to where it was. I was hoping I could maybe expand it just for nothing else other than getting a few more workplaces, and then we could have this as a 5-star, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I did have plans for this anyhow, as creating another little residential area. But obviously we don't have the demand right now, so it's going to take a while to get plastics over here. I could also put another turnout here for a cargo rail, which would then connect to these guys. Might make it easier. And if I did extend a rail here, maybe the oil could ship the rail over? I do have this rail out here still, but that doesn't connect to here to get anything. Not that it matters, because they wouldn't. I mean, it would have to go by truck at some point anyway, and we have plenty of places for the trucks to go. In fact, let's go ahead and make more connections here. So I want you to somehow go up and over that hill so that you connect into this. Now, if we go, I think we can go right there. So how do you feel about like that? Could we do something else with this? Maybe, no, that to there? And then that to there. And then it really is a little bit slower of a descent over here. So really my thought going that direction initially may have been better. Hey, we'll do that. We'll come back in here. Go this way. And then head off in that direction. Okay. That is broad and sweeping enough. That's quite a hill. But it works. It does create a little bit of a dip over here. And now we've got an issue here. So let's take you, and I want to find first place you. Be here, huh? That is a little bit close. That's a very close intersection. So how do we alleviate that? I guess by turning it into some kind of loop that actually connects up here instead. So if we had this jut out here, say, and then did, well, did it here. One over, yeah. Let's come at it from a different angle, at that angle. That's better. Not really, though. I can see the jank in that one. Why doesn't it give me the guide? If it would give me a guide, then I could definitely tell that, hey, that'll make a nice curve. Okay, you win. Like that? I'm not really sure how I want this one to go, so we'll kind of leave that for now. But, yeah, something like this for sure, I think is probably the way to go. And if we want to do any kind of, well, the problem is there's really, aside from these, not really a way for pedestrian traffic to cross, which is pretty severe. Speaking of severe, this is quite an elevated railway. How are we doing here, though? Like, okay, decent passengers. How is this? Line details, line details, line details. There we go. Okay, that one's busy. That one's busier. And with these trains only, or these buses only taking 30, I need you to stop for a minute. Is we need a bit more. Bump this up to 150. How about 125? I think it was already at 150 and I lowered it. 125 only adds one extra bus. 130? I think I lowered it because it was too much to have 150. And we're seeing no demands. No people want to live here. Okay, I get that we got trash, but I also understand that we have a truck facility right here. It does not seem to be utilized. All the way to the cargo hub coming in. So it came from the cargo hub to import something. See, that is just such a major problem with the way the DLC works, or in this case, does not work. But at least we're getting plastics to where it needs to be. How is our death care? It is pretty good. Crematorium availability, not so good. So let's maybe put in a few more of those. What do we have here? That's a sauna. We don't have a bigger crematorium. A yoga garden. Well, we got the large advanced one, but I don't know that we need that much more. Yes, we could. How about just a tiny one? That's 108. Like, this is a considerable amount more. We could maybe add... Well, we don't have anything out here. Yeah, you know what? You get to go right there. Right by the dump, which is not ominous at all. And we don't have any parks down here. This is not a happy place. But it could be. There's a park in there. Large playground? Or just a... What did I just put down? Small park. That's what it counts as being small, I guess. This is much more manageable as a small playground to find a spot for. Small playground right by a busy... yeah, well, whatever. How about that little dog park? Let's put a dog park in somewhere. Yeah. See, this is going up a hill though, isn't it? So what if I did... There. Yeah. Slightly smaller home that we'll have to develop there. Yes, we're just going to put in some trees. Okay. Really annoys me when my mouse clicks don't register. And it really only seems to be when I'm playing this game for some reason. I don't really have that problem at any other time. Guess I have to push it like I mean it. See, you just get better coverage when you just do the drag and click rather than futz around with the brush. Brush doesn't seem to actually do enough foliage. To look natural. Just, it looks very sparse. And I imagine we're going to need some education out here. Oh yes, we're well overdue for some education. Small school? What was this anyway? That's a high school, so it doesn't compute what we need. Now hold on a tick. Where was the community school? This one, community school. But we don't want you there. That's a big park there. Which is okay. This kind of gets you away from the other neighborhood. In fact, this whole neighborhood doesn't get caught up in this, does it? This is a very small range. No matter where I put it. Well, over here you go. And of course, every school needs a parking lot, which doubles as a park, so even better. That should hopefully help out with the services and thereby increase that. What else am I missing over here? I mean, eventually they'll get shopping as demand comes in. Surprisingly, we still have a lot of demand for industry. And God, I am... Just because these can't get enough... Oh, hey, these require plastics. We will turn that on. Maybe now they'll start getting some plastics. Just because we can't seem to fulfill the crops? Now we can. So I look at it and you're fine. What was I going to do here? I've left this spot open for quite a while. I don't remember anything that I was going to do with it. So, we're going to assume nothing is going to be done with it. And just kind of fill that in. I did fill in some of this stuff. I every now and then, at the end of an episode, I'll just go around and maybe do a little bit of fill-in, and I find that that is a lot more manageable on my end, anyway, for deciding what I am going to do with things. What is going on here? Oh, we just got a very long wait your turns. What's going on? Somebody is in the way. I'm guessing it's the green. Nope. Okay, blue's gone. Green should get out of here. We have got a shit ton of passengers here. Oh, come on. Blue, what the... Okay, you can take that one, surely. Surely you can take that one. Make the out-of-towners wait. This is why these things need to have multiple rails that you can add on here. This is just ridiculous. Let's look at the passenger thing here. Train line 2, which I did not... That's the one that goes out there. You know what? We're going to give this one the Pennsylvania Railroad. Okay, massive amounts of people still waiting at those stops. These ones are still bad. The thing is, I'm at a point now where I can't really increase the trains. Like, if I increase the number of trains, we're in some trouble. Dude, come on! So clearly this is not going to work for the way these lines go. Like, if I... Having a big, long line like this... I mean, they should stop here, though, right? So it's not like I'm taking everybody from here, collecting it all, and dropping it off here, but maybe I am. I don't know, I just don't know how to fix this. Outside of mods, I imagine this is probably dealt with by mods. They have different train stations and all that, but I just can't... I guess I could increase the options. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to add in that tram system. I don't know where all that traffic is coming from. 154... None. Okay, so Green Line, which is this loop here, is not feeding this. This is all being fed primarily from... Well, here. It's only here because this doesn't connect over to here. This only has 2 stops. Right? Let's look at that again. Reading Railroad. It shows... Okay, those are people on trains. So yeah, there's only 2 stops. So really, this is not... If I put in the tram system around here, that would not be alleviating this. However, if we just go to general traffic anyway, we see that this is still where it's all at. And it's not too bad. We're still at 80% flow throughout the city. It's really just at the junctions of some major roads. And those major roads are not the main avenues where I would be putting the tram system. So maybe we can hold off on the tram system. That's not actually helping. That roundabout is still crazy busy, as is this one. And this one is backing up. Why is that? What have we got here for you? Okay, only into that section, as should be. And now if we do this into... I guess that one and that one. Is that going to help anything? I mean, this is irritating to me. Because this line... Did I tell it maybe to only go into this lane, and that's why? That may be the case. That's why they're using this lane, because they want to get in the middle to loop around. Since I told this one to only go right and it only turns right, that's exactly why. That's exactly what's going on here. So, to alleviate that, we can't do anything because it's always going to have traffic coming in this way. Well, I mean, this just isn't how a roundabout should be anyhow. Realistically speaking, you would have a limited amount of lanes in here, and this lane, this turn-only lane, would be an outside lane that would connect in here. So without completely redoing this, we're going to just continually have this issue, and I don't believe that that is the answer. The thing is, though, I'm adding more than 4 spokes here. So if I were to have a turn lane like here into this, maybe they don't want to do that. Although that's actually exactly the only thing they could do, because they'd be coming into here and then taking an immediate right. So that is exactly what this would be for. So I would have to shrink this down to a 2-lane out of a 4-lane, or the 3. I do have a special 3-in-1 lane somewhere. Is it here? Here. This is what. Yeah. Asymmetrical. So I'd be looking at doing a little branch off here, and then having this lane come here, and then it could go into more lanes like that. Which I could have these turn into here, and then this one could go straight across instead of a right turn only. Okay. We're gonna have to do a little bit of fiddling, or at least I am, but we can make this work. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this one here, and I will see you next time.